What's going on, everybody? It's the Ike's Tech Talk weekly live stream. Y'all know how it goes down on a Thursday night with your boy Ike. What's up? What's up? What's up, good people? Hope everybody is good to go. Appreciate everybody for coming through on a Thursday night, man. Y'all could have been doing anything else. I know football season has just started. Foosball season has started. So, like I said, for those who came through, man, appreciate y'all for coming through this evening. Testing out the... All right, we're good with audio and video. I'm looking at the preview right here. All right, let me go ahead and minimize that. But yeah, appreciate y'all for coming through, man. Let's go ahead and get into it. Like I said in my tweet or post or whatever we're calling it now, so much to talk about, man. So much to talk about. Apple's throwing out stuff next week. Google's throwing out stuff in a little under a month. Some other updates and things coming out too. Kind of looking at the itinerary for the evening, and we got a lot. We got some Apple, obviously we got some Google. I even got a little sneak peek, a little something for y'all. I know Google came with the little simulator, and it actually went down. They ended up taking it down. So what I was able to do was, before they took it down, I was able to pull up an extra Chrome tab, and I just left it. So I haven't updated my Chrome browser in like a week or whatever the case may be. So I wanted to make sure that we still had that simulator up and running, so we could take a look at some of the components, take a look at the different colors, all of that stuff, man. So let's go ahead and get through roll call, so that way we can see what's going down, man. First things first, I see the homie Umar is in the building. What up, what up? Hope everything is good with you, homie. Hawks TV in the building. She said, good evening. What up, what up? Good evening, good evening. Ron's in the building as well. He said, ready, set, Ike. You already know. You already know. Omar said, not that many people. Yeah, man, I honestly wasn't expecting the world this evening because, football season literally is starting today. So you kind of got to take that into account. It ain't no big deal, man. The show must go on. So we're going to go ahead and, like I said, do our thing, man. Genosis in the building as well. He said, what's up, peeps? What up, what up, what up? Shay, queen of blah, blah, blah. I'm about to mess up words. Let's try that again. Shay, queen of Steeler Nation Kennedy in the building. What up, what up? It's a mouthful, but I got to say the whole thing. What up, what up? Hope everything is good with you, man. Jeez, I'm looking a little hot and bothered. I'm looking at the preview here. I'm looking a little hot and bothered. Let's see. I see Don's in the building. What up, what up? He said, Genosis, don't let anyone in here. You already know, man. You already know. Umar said the Xperia 5 came out. I know a few people already buying it in Europe. That's what's up with that. Isn't that like the not the light version of like the Mark 5? Is it like the light version or something like that? I know you're like the dedicated Sony guy. I see Barry's in here too. He'll be able to let me know too, man. What's up, Barry? Top flight security of the world in the building, man. Appreciate you for coming through, big homie. Genosis said, I'm really happy with Google's marketing this year. It wasn't leaked early in the year like last year, so we just have a few weeks instead of, yeah, no, that's big facts. So I didn't even think about it like that, because you're right. Last year, like, it came out, even the year with the Pixel 4, like before we got the 5, they kind of did the same thing, where they like kind of showed off a lot of it, and then we had to wait like 6 months for the actual, keynote or whatever the case may be. So yeah, definitely dope, man. I'm happy with that for sure. So got a few weeks, man, and then we're gonna be seeing that Pixel 8 Pro, man. Fingers crossed for some major improvements and things like that, yo. Should be dope, should be dope. Yo, Evan, what up, man? Hope everything is good with you, homie. Hey, Urban Fire in the building. He said, what's up, what's up? Hey, literally, hey. He said, what's up, Ike? I really love your energy, smile. It's great to see people like you, man. It's time, age, keeper. Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yo, Slang in this thing. What up, homie, man? Hope everything is good with you, Slang. T. Dot Holla said, what up, Ike? What up, what up, what up? Hope everything is good with you. Oh, their compact series. Yeah, Barry said the same thing. Smaller version of the One Mark 5. Okay, then that's dope. That's dope. Is it like the same specs, kind of like the Zenfone, where they had like the bigger version, smaller version, top flagship specs and stuff like that? Oh, we gonna get into that, Urban Fire. We gonna get into that for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. Yo, Jason C in the building. What up? What up? What up? Hope everything is good with you, man. Don said, I'm all about my Fold 5, and my wife should be getting the 8 Pro on launch day. That's what's up, man. Hey, so you'll be able to kind of play around with the 8 Pro as well. Shoot, I know I'll be taking the missus her phone here and there. Like, here, let me test some things and do some things. Yo, RJ, man, what up? What up? He said, what's up, good peeps? What's good with you, homie? Hey, Evan said, good here. I just came back from a ride to clear my head a little. Hey, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. 25 bucks on earbuds. I need to go check out that video is what I'm hearing. 25 bucks on earbuds. Let's go. Let's go. See, you already said it. I got to make sure she's up to date purely for science. I was thinking about doing the same. Taking the Mrs. 14 Pro Max, get her the 15 Ultra and play around with it for science. And then, yeah, all right, I'm good. You can have it now. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Apples falling from the trees. Apples falling from the trees right about now. Okay, that's what's up. I see. All right, yo, we all caught up with the roll call, man. Like I said, I hope everybody out there is doing good this evening, yo. Got a ton. When I say a ton, I mean a ton of news to go ahead and cover, man. So I don't want to sit here and play no games. I don't want to draw this out. Let's just hop right in. That way we can make sure we have enough time to get to everything, man. I'm looking at this. I got at least like 6 different tabs pulled up, man. And y'all know me, I could talk about any one of these topics for like 30 minutes each. So I'm gonna try to give y'all the condensed version with most of it, man. But let's go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna switch over to the screen share. All right, so first things first, we're kicking it off with some Apple, man, because we do have the Apple event on September 12th, which, if my math is correct, we got just about 5 days until that Apple event, man. So should be super dope. Now, kind of want to look at this as like a what to expect, right? Because like I said, I do think that there's some pretty significant things coming, man. Obviously, new iPhones come out every year, but I think that this is one of the years where we're gonna get probably one of the biggest upgrades that we're gonna see for the iPhone for a long time. Kind of like almost like a super cycle, if you would say. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the event is expected to be pre-recorded. Apple is inviting members of the media to the campus to actually watch the presentation in person. So it's not gonna be live, but they will be able to watch the presentation in person and have some hands-on time with the new devices after the products are introduced. So Apple's September event is always an iPhone event. We already know that. It's like the major tentpole feature, so to speak. And this year, we're expecting a 6.1-inch iPhone 15. That's going to be one of the base iPhones, the 6.7-inch iPhone 15 Plus, the 6.1-inch iPhone 15 Pro, and the 6.7-inch iPhone 15 Pro Max. All models are expected to feature the dynamic island, which I already know for a fact. A lot of people aren't the biggest fan of it. Some people prefer the notch over the island. I know I'm in the minority, man, but I kind of like the dynamic island, man. Like all it honestly took from me was to be able to like watch a live stream. So I got the chat going. Video was obviously playing with the live stream. And then I got my Chicago Bulls playing, whoever they were playing at the time, with the little live activity thing at the top. Oh, that was fire. With the score, and it was constantly real-time updating. Like that kind of sold it for me. I also know, you could do some fun things like track your flights if you're getting on planes, DoorDash, Uber deliveries, all that kind of stuff, man. It definitely does seem like it's one of those pieces of tech that developers haven't quite jumped on top of yet, because you don't see like a ton of crazy implementations with it right now. But it's definitely one of the features I see a lot of potential. Just not a lot of people are really taking advantage of it right now, man. So we'll see what happens with that, but it is dope to see that come to the masses. They are going to have an updated 5G chip from Qualcomm, obviously dope, and most notably a USB-C port instead of Lightning. So I know a lot of people are upgrading just for that. They're upgrading just for that. So that's, like I said, that's going to be good too. One cable to rule them all. If you go on vacation or you travel, you ain't got to bring no Lightning cable no more unless you got to charge your AirPods Max, because those still are Lightning. I think that they're supposed to be bringing out a new AirPods Pro case, at least for the 2. The AirPods Pro 2, that's going to have USB-C as well. So, like I said, man, USB-C, all the things. It's time for Lightning to just go away. USB-C, all the things, man. the iPhone 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max will see additional feature updates that will not be available for the standard iPhone 15 models. We already know that. A minor redesign is expected with slimmer bezels and slight changes to the curves of the corners. So pretty much instead of having like those flat sides on the back, it makes it kind of weird to, you know, sit in your hand. They're going for like more of a curved back. So that way it kind of nestles in your hand a little bit better. So definitely dope to see. It's also looking to have titanium instead of stainless steel. They're trying to bring down that weight. I know a lot of the times whenever we talk about foldables and things like that, man, when we talk about the weight of them, we immediately compare to whatever the Pro Max is that year. We're like, yo, the Pro Max only weighs a little bit less than this. So it's good to see them trying to shave down some of them pounds or some of them grams. On the iPhone series, man, I don't feel like there should ever be a slab that weighs more than a foldable, right? Foldable is essentially two phones stacked. So if you're gonna have a slab be more or be heavier than a foldable, I don't know what they're doing there. So looks like they're trying to run some titanium, which is supposed to be lighter. So that's always good to see too, man. Also, they're talking about a 3nm chip. So it looks like Apple's going to be the first to make that jump to 3nm with the A17. Looks like that's only going to be coming to the 15 Pro and the 15 Pro Max. Not going to come to the base model ones. I think they did the same thing last year where the Pro and the Pro Max got the newest chip and then the base models ended up with the last year's chip or whatever the case may be. Not sure how y'all feel about that. I never buy the base models, to be honest. So it never really bugged me. I obviously would like to see the same chipset and everything like they used to do, but I don't know, man. I look at it like this. Apple is gonna Apple, dog. It is what it is. To be honest, and I hate to kind of put it like this, but when you think about it, Apple honestly doesn't have competition. Like, and I'm not saying that their phones are better or they're in a different league. It's just that it's not like Android where you have, say, Samsung trying to compete for your dollar and Google's trying to compete for your dollar and Sony's trying to compete for your dollar. It's like, if you want iOS, you want iPad OS, you want an Apple Watch, you want the Mac, like, you gotta go to one manufacturer for it. So they kind of really don't have competition in that sense. So it's like Apple is gonna Apple, man. Like, what are you gonna do? Also, rumors are suggesting that they're gonna have an action button instead of the mute switch, which I'm a fan of it because with the mute switch, I literally get a new iPhone, I unbox it, I flip the mute switch, and I keep it pushing. I never turn the sound back on my iPhone. Any of my phones that don't have like a little mute switch, I put them on vibrate and I never turn the sound back on. I never run sound on any of my phones. So as far as I see it, I'm gonna literally turn down the volume if I end up getting one, turn down the volume because I don't want to hear the sounds. I'm gonna put it on vibrate, and then the action button, I can maybe use it to toggle the flashlight or something like that. So I think an action button is dope in all honesty. And they say that it is gonna be customizable, much like the action button on the Apple Watch Ultra. Now, when they say customizable, I doubt it's gonna be like what we're thinking, where it's kind of a situation where you can make it anything. Like they'll probably have like a preset list of things that you can set it as, and then that's gonna be the end of it. So like I said, definitely temper expectations. This is still Apple we're talking about, but I still feel like giving us that action button is a much better step or way to go about it than using the whole mute toggle or whatever the case may be. So I'm cool with that. While the Pro models will both get camera upgrades, the iPhone 15 Pro Max is expected to gain a periscope zoom. This is the thing I'm the most excited for, man. Finally, periscope zoom on an iPhone, bro. Like this should have already been here, but hey, better late than never. But it is expected to gain a periscope zoom. It's only coming to the Pro Max, so if you want that extra reach, you are going to have to get the Max version, just because obviously they can't really, well, I won't say they can't fit it into the smaller phone. It's probably a little bit harder to fit inside the smaller phone, you know, with physics and everything like that. So it is expected to gain a periscope zoom that will allow for, they're saying between, or blah, blah, blah. They're saying either 5x or 6x. Up from the 3x. The size of the hardware required for the feature will limit it to the largest Pro Max, which is pretty much what I just said. Physics is going to be physics. Now, my only question with this whole periscope section, right, is how are they going to handle port, or how, and yes, I am standing. I'm standing up. How are they going to handle portrait mode? So are they going to do, because like from what I hear in terms of photography, I am by no means, and I see Delvon's in the chat, homie, appreciate you for coming through. I know Barry's in the chat too. From like the photography perspective, I always hear that 3x is like the sweet spot for portraits. Genosis can probably answer this too. 3x is like that sweet spot for portraits. So I'm wondering if Apple's gonna do like a digital 3x crop on the main sensor and then give us like a 5x for the actual zoom. So I'm kind of confused about that, man. Maybe y'all can kind of shed some light on, you know, what all is needed there or whatever the case may be. Because I mean, I know that they could do a 2x software crop and it would still look next to lossless, because the 2x crop honestly doesn't look bad in my opinion right now on the 14 Pro Max. So if they, you know, let you do a 2x digital crop for portrait, it is what it is. But I've always heard 3x is like that sweet spot. I know Umar too, he's here in the chat too, so he might be able to answer that too. But let me catch up a little bit with the chat, man. I see we got some new comments coming in. Yeah, I seen Delvon come through. Appreciate you, homie, for coming through. Genosis said, I sold my 14 Pro Max and now my Watch Ultra does. Oh, I didn't even realize that the Watch Ultra won't pair with the Gen 1 SE. Got him. Are you going to be grabbing the 15 Ultra, Genosis? He said, indeed, grabbing my popcorn for this stream. You better get your popcorn ready and follow me on this journey. Let's go. That's my dog. Easy, man. Yo, Barry, I don't know if LaShawn in here, y'all got him good on Wednesday. When they pulled up the old videos with the Note 7, bro, I was in bed crying, dog. Oh my God. Yo, Eric gave the Note 7 so many passes, it wasn't even funny, dog. But that's still my homie. Eric, if you in here, you still my homie, man, but you are a knight, and it's okay, dog. Everybody has their bias, dude. It don't even matter, dog. But go ahead and buy that Tom Brown, sir. I already know it's calling your name. Barry said, doesn't bug me. I will buy the Pro regardless. Same, talking about the chipset. What is Apple going to call the faster charging? Oh yeah, they are supposed to be having faster charging, right? Is it, I think I've read like 35 or 45 watt charging. I mean, it's faster for them. I mean, obviously not fast charging, but you know, it is faster for Apple. They're making a step in the right direction. So got to give kudos where, you know, kudos is due. Don said that switch is the feature on the iPhone. Yo, Don, but do you use the actual mute toggle a lot? Or I mean, because what I'm thinking is this, like even with them doing the action button, you'll still probably be able to use it as like a volume toggle. Like you'll probably be able to say like single click for flashlight, double click for mute toggle, double click to turn back on sound, and then maybe like a triple click setting. That's what I would want. Like give us different shortcuts depending on how many times you touch the button. Like what I would love, like this would be perfect. So give me one click for torch or for flashlight. So one click for flashlight, 2 clicks for camera. So like if I click the button twice, it automatically turns the phone on and launches the camera. Kind of like the double click on Android phones where you double click and it turns on your camera. Give me that, but with the action button. And then like a triple click, I'm not sure what I would program that for, but that would be fire. That would be fire. My Pixel 7 Pro and Apple Watch Ultra were working together for calls, but after I reset the Ultra, I can't use it anymore. You shouldn't have reset it, man. That would have been sick. That's like the perfect setup. The Apple Watch Ultra, the Pixel 7 Pro, dog. Let's go. Umar said the last time they really had competition was in 2019. Okay, I can see that. I can see that. He said, if it's customizable like the Watch Ultra. See, I didn't have my Watch Ultra enough to really play around with the action button. Was it like really limiting, Don? Let me know, dog. Let me know. He said, if Apple does Periscope the same way S23U does, I won't show it any mercy. I'm done. I like Samsung Zoom, but the thing that frustrates me the most when it comes to Samsung's Periscope Zoom is the sensor size is so small on that 10x. Supposedly we're getting like a new 3x sensor for the 3x lens on the S24 Ultra, but that smaller one on the 10x, man, is rough. Like, I mean, not even in like dark lighting, I would say like dim lighting, you already cropping in digitally on the main sensor, dog. It's like, I can't take it, man. I'm really not a fan of that. But in normal lighting conditions, the 10x optical is absolute fire. He said 3x on the phone is equivalent to 85 millimeters. Now, you know you got to dumb that down for me, Umar. I am not a photography dude, bro. Chill. Chill. Dumb, I said 5x for me, more natural bokeh. Okay, I can see that. Oh, yeah, and here you go, Umar. My bad. You did break it down. I just didn't read that far. 85 millimeters is considered the best looking lens for human portraits. Got it. Okay, got you. Yeah, y'all are for the most part saying, yeah, it'll probably be digital. Yo, Scoop, what up, homie? He said 85 is a nice portrait length, not much work for framing, nor does... Oh, okay, I see what y'all are saying, so that makes sense. Now, do y'all think it'll still look good if they do a digital crop at 3x? Because, I mean, 2x supposedly is like damn near lossless, but would a 3x be able to keep up? I want y'all opinion on that, because y'all know me, I don't know, I'm just asking y'all. I don't know. Hey, LaShawn in the building, man. What up? Yo, let y'all know there will not be an open mic night tomorrow. The homie LaShawn is meeting up with the squad, man. So if y'all were looking forward to the stream, I'm sorry to burst y'all bubble, but there will not be a stream. I know I'm disappointed, man. I love my stream on Fridays, man, but it's all good. The homie deserves a rest. He's probably one of the most consistent when it comes to live streaming, man. So definitely deserves a rest, man. LaShawn, enjoy yourself, big homie. And I know you enjoying the game right now, dog. I know you enjoying the game right now. He said, I like it because I can do a quick visual check or even just push down in the dark to make sure it's on mute. Okay, dope. I'm with it. I wonder if we'll be able to use the shortcuts to expand the action button. Yeah, I feel you. He said, forget my last statements. If Apple crops on the main sensor past 2x, is going to be hard since... Yeah, and that's what I was thinking too, Genosis. So, yeah, that kind of sucks, man. Yeah. Samsung sucks at in between zooming before 10x. Yeah, everything between 3.1 and 10 and 9.9 is... Yeah, I feel you. Hey, he said, hey, Ike, brother, I've been thinking about this for the last couple of months. Should I get the Pixel Fold or the 15 Pro? So that one's a little bit tough, man, because you're talking about two totally different form factors, right? So one of them, you're talking about a foldable. So you're inherently gonna have some things that are gonna be better than the slab experience and some things that more than likely are not gonna be better. What's kind of, well, let me ask, what do you have now and what do you find most important in a smartphone? Like, what is like the most important thing to you? Is it battery? Is it cameras? Is it productivity and multitasking? Like, what to you is like, you gotta have this. If it doesn't have it, it's a deal breaker for you. I feel like that'll probably be the best place to start. And then me in the chat can kind of chime in and help you out, man. So if Apple goes 5x periscope, after 2x in between that and 5, yeah, I got you. Yeah, see, Barry said, I'm not sure about a 3x digital crop. Yeah. Nah, no sweat, man. I already know, dog. You deserve a break, big homie. So yeah, 3x won't be considered lossless since there isn't enough of a crop for a 3x for 4K picture on the current iPhone sensor. Got it. Let's go. Hey, Johan in the building. What up, big homie? Hope everything is good with you, dog. He said, remember what we were talking about earlier in the year? Apple might do it. Oh, yeah, with variable. We were talking about that. You're right. Variable like the Sony did, but Apple bought out the part, so that's why Sony didn't do it this year. I didn't even think about that. That's a good point too, man. Maybe we'll get like a 3x, like everything between 3x and 5x will be optical. That would be pretty fire. I'd be on board with that. That'd be fire. Oh yeah, they have like a new sensor that Apple was supposedly using or whatever the case may be. Supposedly that the sensor ended up getting pushed back to next year or something like that. But yeah, let's go ahead and keep it pushing, man. Like I said, I want to make sure we got enough time to get through as much of these as we can, yo. Since LaShawn ain't streaming, I can't send it over to him. Nah, I'm just playing, doc. I'm just playing. So given all the new features of the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max are getting, plus the cost of the upgraded 3nm chip, base prices for these devices could increase, which we already have been hearing that. 15 Pro may start at where the Max typically starts, which is $1099. The Pro Max could be priced starting at $1199. So about $100 price increase on both. Honestly, man, I mean, titanium build, periscope lens, USB-C, 3nm chip, $100 more. I'm not not super mad at that, if I'm being honest, man. Like, honestly, I'm not super mad at that. Alongside the new iPhone 15 models, we are also expecting the Apple Watch Series 9 and a new version of the Apple Watch Ultra. Now, from what we've been hearing about the Apple Watch Ultra, because I mean, the Watch Series 9 is dope for those who don't want to go all in on the Ultra, but it is kind of what it is, kind of stagnant right now. But the Apple Watch Ultra, though, the newer one, supposedly there's like a new color coming. So like you'll be able to get like a black model, which from what like little concepts and renders that we've kind of seen, not official, but like fan made ones, it could look pretty dope, man. It could look pretty dope. So definitely interested to see what's going down. I don't know if I'll be buying anything, man. I'm kind of like, we'll see what happens. I know end of the year, daily drivers, I'm either gonna have a Z Fold 5 and a Pixel 8 Pro in my pocket, or iPhone 15 Pro Max and Pixel Fold. Either one of those two combos. More than likely, it'll probably be the 8 Pro and the Z Fold 5, though. I think that's kind of where I'm leaning to, in all honesty. But Apple plans to stream the fall event live on its website, on YouTube, and through the Apple TV app. For those unable to watch, which I don't know why you wouldn't be able to watch it on like YouTube. Everybody can watch it on YouTube, but whatever though. Mac Rumors, they obviously got to do their shameless plug. We'll be providing full coverage here on Mac Rumors. So if you can't watch it for whatever reason, you can check it out on Mac Rumors, man. Let's see what y'all talking about. The sensor size. Oh, the sensor size got pushed back, but the new tech did not. Got you. Okay. Got you. A said, I have the 13 Pro. The most important thing is productivity, and I'm also big Apple guy. The only ones I like other than Apple products are Pixel, because yeah, so the thing is, I would say that kind of like vertical integration where you see like they own software, they own hardware. We're not at the phase on the Pixel side. We're not at the phase where we're seeing the fruits of it just yet. It's gonna come. Like, at some point, we're gonna have that whole vertical integration that you see with Apple, where everything is like super optimized. We're not quite there yet with Pixel. Like, Pixel still has a little bit of growing up to do, a little bit of maturing. But I would definitely say, if you're interested in the Pixel Fold, man, try to see if you can check it out, first, and then kind of go from there. If you're looking at productivity, I'm gonna be honest, Pixel Fold's probably not the best foldable for productivity. It's a damn good foldable, but productivity, and when you say productivity, it's important that we kind of break that down. So when I say productivity, I talk I'm thinking multitasking, like floating apps and app pairs, and being able to better control multitasking instances and stuff like that. If you're talking about that type of stuff, honestly, the most that you can do on the Pixel Fold right now is picture-in-picture. You can do like bubble conversations through Google Messages, and you can split two apps side by side. And then if you rotate it, you can go top and bottom for multitasking as well. And that's kind of the extent. If productivity and multitasking is like really your jam, Samsung kind of still has the leg up in terms of like the foldable space here I don't know if you're in the States, but like here in the States, I know that there's like a couple of other foldables that are in different regions that also do like floating windows and app pairs and stuff too. What I personally would say is if you're really focused on productivity, give the Z Fold a check just to kind of see if you can't deal with the front screen, it's not big enough for you, or you just don't like the software, then Pixel Fold is probably going to be, where you want to be at. I would just say, temper your expectations when you say productivity when it comes to the Pixel Fold. It's not a bad device. I love it. I literally can't stop switching between it and the Z Fold 5. Like, I literally put my SIM card in the Z Fold 5 like today after I got off of work. Before that, it was in the Pixel Fold. I literally cannot stop going between these phones. So I like both of them for the most part equally. You just got to know what you're getting into going in. But the good thing is that I will say is that I feel like the hardware on the Pixel Fold is really, really solid, to the point where all you're really waiting for is for Google to catch up with the software. Once Google can kind of catch up with the software, thumbs up, thumbs up. Fold owners be like, I'm done with you, Don. I think Sony phones are dope for their particular niche. I think that they're dope. I think that they're really really dope for their niche. I know Umar, he's Umar Aslam here. He's really big on Sony. Barry Johnson is another one. So if you have any questions about Sony phones, I honestly haven't done any testing, but ask in the chat because we got the leading authorities of Sony right here in the chat, bro. So any questions you may have, dog, definitely ask, man. I personally think that they're dope for their particular niche. It's like one of the only phones that you can still get a headphone jack, micro SD card support. Like if you're someone who's heavy into like videography and content creation, stuff like that, the Sony is a dope tool, man. It's a dope tool. So I think Sony phones are dope. They're just not meant for me personally. But like I said, we do have some really big Sony guys here in the chat, man. So anything you got, definitely ask, yo. Yo, Michael, man, what's up? What's up? Hope everything is good with you, big homie. Johan said, what up to everyone that said hi in the chat? I'm sorry, I'm starving. Yo, Johan going hard on that sandwich, dog. Going hard on that sandwich, dog. Don said, problem is Google's a software company. Apple is a hardware and software company. I wouldn't necessarily say that's a reason to... No, Umar, you are right, but Juan's not here right now. Juan is like the Sony guy, but he's not here right now. So, or I would definitely point him in Juan's direction. If you want to see like some dope reviews on Sony phones, though, check out Some Gadget Guy. Check out Some Gadget Guy. That's who Umar's talking about here. Bruh, when it comes to Sony, you couldn't ask for a better content creator, dog. Anything Sony, Juan has gotten his hands on it. So definitely check out Juan, man, for that. But yeah, back to what we were talking about here, Don. I don't disagree with you on that. I think Google's gotten really like they've really gotten better with their hardware since the Pixel 6. I would say Pixel Fold is when it comes to hardware, like build quality, that type of stuff, it's up there, dude. It is definitely up there, man. Like it hangs with the Z Fold 5, no problem in my opinion. It hangs with it, no problem. What else did I miss here? Said Google needs to everybody needs to catch up with customer service, man. God dang. Like when it comes to customer service, bro, it's a problem. Like, yeah, everybody needs to catch up with Apple with customer service. I don't think anybody can deny that. Like we can talk trash about multitasking and, you know, iOS not being able to put icons wherever you want. But when it comes to, I'm about to say content creation, when it comes to customer service, Apple is still snapping on everybody, dog. Everybody. See, Barry said it here. Sony, stock Android, content creation beast. That's literally what it's about, dog. Seriously. Big facts right here, Mike. Removal of SD cards from most flagships, cynical way to force people to spend more at the point of purchase. People have to buy the higher storage variant. Big facts, homie. Big facts. Yo, facts, Barry, because Juan be making me want a Sony, and I don't even need all of that. Like, I be like, yo, I could use it for this, and I'm like, I don't even need all of that. Big facts, man. Big facts. Big facts. He said, going hard on this sandwich, no pause, press play. Stop it, sir. Stop it. Stop it. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next article, y'all. So next up, man, we're talking a little bit about competition, and this kind of stuck out to me because competition is always bueno. When we get competition, man, things like this happen, which is better for all of us, better for regular consumers who don't care about phones like that. It's just always better, man. So Xiaomi is the latest Android brand, and kind of excuse the headline here because we know it's supposed to be rumored that Google is bumping up their software support too. It's just not official yet. So obviously they're not going to report on something officially that is not official. So I know people are going to be like, Google's planning on beating it, but just, you know, bear with them. Don't grab the pitchforks and the torches just yet. Just bear with them. Just bear with them. But long story short, like I said, I don't want to go too deep into it. But what Xiaomi's planning to do is to, let me see if I can find it so I can give you all the cliff notes. So Xiaomi is setting a precedent for itself by offering 5 years of updates and 4 major Android OS updates for this new device. And they're talking about for the Redmi K60 Extreme Edition. Now, I'm wondering if they're going to end up doing this on all of their devices going forward, or if this is just something we're seeing for the Redmi K60. I don't think that this article says that they are or not. See, it even says it down here. The question still remains with Xiaomi's new policy on whether or not the same timeline will apply to future Xiaomi and Redmi devices. So their current timeline is 3 years of major releases and 5 years of security patches, which honestly isn't too bad. I mean, Samsung's doing 4 and 5. I think Google does 3 and 4 right now. And then Google supposedly are planning on doing just 5 major now. So you're going to get 5 years of major. So Google will essentially be back on top or back as the king of updates or whatever the case may be, man. But like I said, it's always dope to have this competition, man, because while us techies, we upgrade every year. But I could say, like, my dad, for example, he has a Pixel 6. He's going to have that Pixel 6 for 5 years. Like, he gets a phone how I drive a car. If I get a car, I don't upgrade my car or think about a new car until my car stops driving. Like, I'm not one to upgrade cars every year or every 2 years or every 3 years. My Malibu that I got, I'm gonna drive that sucker until it can't drive no more. So my dad's kind of the same with phones. So something like this benefits those type of consumers. Not so much us techies, but it's always good to see consumers get a W when companies are out here competing, man. So that's honestly the biggest call out that I really wanted to make here. Oh, they even kind of mentioned it. So yeah, we reported that Google is set to up its policy on the Pixel 8 series to go beyond what Samsung offers. I'll click on that and let's see. I think it's 5 years in total. Yeah, Google touts 5 years of Pixel updates on existing Tensor Power devices after Android 13, 14, 15. Hold on. Here it is. So from what we're hearing, Pixel 8's update promise should surpass Samsung's current policy on flagships and meaningfully match the iPhone. Of course, the devil is in the details, especially in those later years. For example, the Galaxy line has in the past adopted a quarterly approach towards the end. Even a bump to just 5 years of OS updates for Pixel would be enough and let the Google phone be at the top of the ecosystem, meaning the Android ecosystem, with anything beyond that squarely going after the iPhone's record. So yeah, Google is kind of trying to come back and do their thing. But like I said, it's always dope to see brands step up and do what they need to do. Oh, perfect. There was an update that came out today. Look at that. Check out 9 to 5 Google. Xiaomi has confirmed via comms director Daniel, I'm not going to butcher that this new update policy will extend to the Xiaomi 13T and 13T Pro, with the implication that the policy will carry forth to future releases. Always good to see it, man. Always good to see it. So like I said, it doesn't affect us techies. We upgrade as soon as something new comes out every year, but for those that don't, man, it's definitely good to get this W. We as consumers don't get a lot of W's, especially here in the States. So if we can get this W, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, Umar. Same here, man. Same here. Yeah, Mike, spot on. Weak spot is the hardware, the modem, and the chip, both made by Samsung. Yeah, once they switch to TSMC, we should definitely see a huge bump in efficiency and thermals for sure. I think 4 and 5, yeah, 4 and 5 is the standard right now, and then supposedly the Pixel's gonna be 5 major or something like that. How many people even keep? I would say like my parents type of thing, but like I said, for us techies, this doesn't really apply to us in all honesty, but still dope to see nonetheless, man. I think we should still praise this regardless of who it is, because it's still a big deal, man. Still a big deal. Yo, nature, city landscapes, and tech. What up? What up? He said, pretty much saying, you know, his family, they don't upgrade, but he always does upgrade. At least that's what I'm deciphering there. Michael said, I think people are keeping their phones longer now that the chips are perfectly fine from the chips, yeah, are perfectly fine from 5 years ago, and people buy used phones. That's true too. I didn't think about that. Like the like aftermarket of like buying used phones and stuff like that. That is a good point. And phones are so expensive. That's definitely true. Yeah, Barry said, dope. Let's go, Xiaomi. Facts, facts. Johan said, excellent. Yeah. Bro, the one that changed it for me, man, I got the base model, Xiaomi Mi 11, dude. I'll never forget it. Gigi and them talked me into it. And bro, I this is how you know the phone was good. The phone was so good that I was like comparing it to like flagships. Like I think it was the S21 Ultra that came out at the time. And I remember it like it was yesterday. Gigi sends me a DM. She's like, you know that's the base model, right? I'm like, what you mean? She's like, the Xiaomi Mi 11 has a Mi 11 Plus, and then there's the Mi 11 Ultra. And I'm like, nah. She's like, yes. I'm like, bro, this legit feels like a legit flagship. And I'm not saying that it does everything to that same caliber, but it was like, yo, like I couldn't believe the experience that I had, and that was just their base, bro. Like their base. So it's one of them things, man, where it's like, yo, like Xiaomi puts out some dope devices, bro. Definitely underrated, man. Definitely underrated, man. Now, speaking of competition, if you're not following, I don't want to butcher, oh, I'm not going to butcher that. Michelle Ramen, and I hope I'm pronouncing his last name right, but Michelle or Michelle, like I said, hopefully I'm not butchering it. He puts out really in-depth like looks at Android, new features coming out, things that he's able to dig up through, you know, new code and things like that. And bro, when I tell you he is an absolute monster at what he does, the man is phenomenal. Regardless of how you feel about his article, whatever, I think he makes some really dope points there, and we're going to talk about them. But if you're not following him on Twitter, well, if you're not following him on X, go follow him. He has a Patreon. Go pay the little $2 or $1 to subscribe to his thing. Google, I am not talking to you. Stop. They got a Nest Hub sitting here trying to talk back at me. But if you're not subscribed to his Patreon, go do so. The man is a wealth of knowledge. If you like Android devices, you got to go give him a follow, man. You got to. But we're going to get into this article. Honestly, Genosis, yes, but where Max is more of like the... Max do have like some pretty good exclusives with software too sometimes. But yeah, pretty much. We'll just go with that. We'll go with that. I'm not gonna say, yeah, but you need security patches to safely use a phone. That's true too. Don't really care if my phone gets a 4th or 5th update. Sometimes the last updates break a phone. That's true too. I still remember to this day, man, I put iOS 4 on my iPhone 3G and I was like, bro, did I break my phone because of how laggy it was? It was so bad. I mean, that was like forever ago, but it just made me think of that. It just made me think of that. Oh, he is? I didn't know he was on that podcast. Nice. Yo, appreciate that, Don. I'm gonna have to go subscribe to that podcast, man. I like Michelle a lot, man. Like, he puts in work and he's a wizard at his craft, man. So if you didn't know, he personally carries a Z Fold 5. This is an article he kind of did in collaboration with Captain Two Phones, Mr. Mobile, and with Ben from Ben's Gadget Reviews. If you don't know, obviously you know who, everyone knows Mr. Mobile, but Ben's Gadget Reviews, if you don't know him, when it comes to the other regions or import devices, the man is an absolute beast. Like, he covers everything. It doesn't matter if the phone is coming to the States or not. The homie covers it. You need to go subscribe to him too, because Ben over at Ben's Gadget Reviews is a beast, man. Love his content. He's always one of the first out with hands-on and things like that too, man. So definitely give that man a subscription. You will not be disappointed, I promise. Yo, easy, man. Did you go ahead and swipe the card for that Tom Brown yet, sir? I'm waiting for the receipt, sir. I'm waiting. But let's go ahead and get into it, man. So every feature Google should copy from Samsung's Galaxy Z Fold 5. Now I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, there are some, I think there's one that I don't agree with. We're gonna go ahead and talk about it. Oh yeah, it doesn't come out till Tuesday. My bad, Easy. I'm jumping the gun. He said I'm waiting on the price. Okay, my bad. I'm waiting on the card to be swiped, sir. Oh, okay, so Easy, let me ask you this. What is like the cutoff for you? What is like the cutoff? Like, are we saying 2,500? Are we saying 3K? Like, what is the absolute most you are willing to spend on that Tom Brown? That's what I'm curious about. Barry said that Tom Brown will be easy. It's just a matter of time. Let's go. But yeah, everything 26 is the cutoff. That's a pretty generous cutoff in my opinion. Yo, you could buy I'm not telling you too easy, but I'm just saying, like you could buy a Huawei Mate X3 for that price, like that 2500 range. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. So when we see that price, if I see 24.99, I'm hitting easy up. Yo, you swipe the card yet? You swipe the card yet? Because I gotta live vicariously through him. He said, my wife will kill me if I go over 20. Yo, the fact that she letting you drop 2600 on it is nuts to begin with, dog. I wonder if they'll take trade-ins though. If they'll take trade-ins, easy, would you trade in your Z Fold 4 for it? Knock off like 900 or a grand right there. But let's get into it, man. Software features that the Pixel Fold could bring to Android. It's also, as you would say, it would benefit other foldables too, because Google would bake it into Android rather than just for Pixel. So like I said, I don't necessarily agree with every point here. We're going to take each point and kind of talk about it a little bit. All right. So let's do it. I'm not going to read all of that. I ain't that worried about all of that. All right. So first he talks about split screen. Now we know it does have split screen. He said, I'm sorry, y'all, I had to. I got, like, this is like pay-per-view to me, so I gotta keep up with this. Said, level, I told her 1600, 1,000 lower than my actual budget. I'm dead. So, but would you trade in the Z Fold 4, Easy, is the real question. Would you trade in the Z Fold 4? Because for those that don't know, Easy is 100% the collector. And I'm pretty sure everybody here watches Wired Wednesday, but he's the collector. So I'm curious if he would really trade it in. But anyway, let's go ahead and do this. So split screen, it says to begin with, let me show how multitasking is better in One UI than on stock Android, thanks to the changes and improvements that Samsung made to split screen mode, windowing, and taskbar. Android on the Pixel Fold supports putting two apps side by side, split screen mode. If you're still in here, this is really what you want to take a look at when it comes to Pixel Fold, dude. I'm not sure if you checked out my video, but a lot of the things that I talk about is what's in this article too. So kind of just doubling up, right? So it does let you do split screen side by side, but Samsung takes it a step further by letting you put three apps on the screen at once. One app takes up half the screen while the other half of the screen is split between the other two apps of your choice. He has like a little example right here and another example right here. Now, everybody's not going to use this. I have very few instances where this is actually useful for me, but it's definitely a dope feature to have, you know, nonetheless. So like I said, it would be dope if they add it, but this isn't something that I'm like, y'all need to have this. Like it is what it is. To be fair, the Galaxy Z Fold 5's inner display is only 7.6 inches diagonally, so giving an app a quarter of the screen, yeah, doesn't give it a lot of breathing room, which is true. It gets really cramped really fast. Three-way split screen mode isn't something you'll use very often, but the option is nice to have. Exactly what I just said. That's kind of the thing with One UI, and I agree with this sentiment. It's packed with a ton of features to where if you're new to it, it's going to feel a bit overwhelming. But once you find those few little hidden gems, it'll definitely make you miss them whenever you switch devices. I definitely agree with that 110%. He said, but I digress. It's actually possible to fit a bit more content into two-way and three-way split screen mode if you do full screen, which means you're hiding the taskbar and you're hiding the status bar. I typically don't do that because then when you're trying to do other things, it kind of messes with animations and stuff. And y'all know me, I like my animations to be nice, fast, and all of that stuff. So we'll kind of skip over that. He said initiating split screen is just generally faster on the Z Fold 5. For one, when you open your first app to start split screen mode, excuse me, through either the swipe for split screen gesture or the multi-window menu, One UI immediately opens an app selection screen on the other half. So what he's talking about, let me get the screen share with top down. Let me put this on Do Not Disturb. There it is. All right, so what he's talking about is, like, let's say, for example, I'm in YouTube and I was checking out the homie, Ben Elrod, Ben, what is Ben's? Lover of tech. I almost said lover of gadgets. I'm thinking Ben's gadget reviews. Ben, lover of tech, good grief. So what he's talking about is when you do your gesture, so you swipe up two fingers, it brings up the extra little app tray there where you can see like your recent apps, your most used apps, and then all your apps just in alphabetical order. So that's kind of like I said, what he's talking about there. let's see. App selection neatly categorized. He said the Pixel Fold in contrast doesn't even have a search bar in its taskbar yet, because that's supposedly coming. He says, so it's awkward to select a second split screen app when you initiate split screen mode from the recents menu. Google software does at least let you launch apps in split screen mode from the home screen. So you can press and hold on the icon, click split screen, and then you can choose another app, which is dope. Google software lacks arguably the best feature for split screen multitasking, saving app pairs. This was supposed to come with Android 14, but we haven't seen any instance of that coming out or whatever the case may be, but I digress. But yeah, he's talking about the little search bar up there, and when you do the little gesture, you get your little extra area here on the right side. So that's one of the things there. Okay, app pairs, we know, leave me be. He's also talking about the little bar here, which if y'all can see that in the middle, it gives you the option to switch panes, which if you double tap on the middle bar on the Pixel, it'll switch. You can also save your app pair to your edge panel, your home screen, a folder, whatever. This is the big one for me. Y'all have probably heard me harp on this for 5 gajillion years. Freeform multi-window is a multitasking mode Google introduced all the way back in Android 7.0 Nougat, but it was left in an unfinished state. Google looks to finally be sprucing it up for a future Android 14 release. Please, fingers crossed that this comes sooner rather than later. He said, but Samsung long ago decided to take matters into their own hands and make something out of freeform window. Enter pop-up view. One UI's version, and AKA floating windows. Other skins have this as well. This isn't just Samsung. I don't think he even says that it's only Samsung. I'm just putting it out there. But pretty much under settings, notifications, advanced settings, floating notifications, One UI lets you choose whether to open notifications in a bubble or in a pop-up view window, which I actually need to go turn that on. And I thought I did. I just noticed that I don't have that on. So notifications, advanced settings, floating notifications, smart pop-up view. There we go. And then I usually put it on for all. I don't want to have to toggle them all one by one. That's annoying. I'll do that later. Once an app is in a pop-up view window, you can use the buttons in the Windows title bar to minimize it, expand it, change the opacity, launch it in a split screen, or close it. You can even long press the title bar and then drag and drop to initiate split screen mode. Pop-up view is one of One UI's most useful multitasking features, which is why so many other smartphone makers have made their own versions of it. So here's kind of what he's talking about with floating apps. I'll bring up the video that I was looking at before. I might as well leave this on the top down so y'all can see what I'm talking about. So I'll bring this here, and let's just say, for example, I want to bring in, let's bring in Tachiyomi. I can swipe up, hold here in the middle, and then I get a floating window, which even though that's really big. So let's actually go with something smaller. There we go. So Spotify, you got your floating window. And like I said, these aren't for you to just keep on the screen and be trying to do 2 things at once. These are for like your quick burst multitasking. So like I got Spotify up, let's say I'm, playing something and I'm like, oh, let me go change the song. Open it back up, change the song, and then minimize it and call it a day. You can also come in here and throw it off to the side. So it's on the side, and then bring it back to you. Click the top bar, and that's what he's talking about. You can do all those different things there. You can click that button and turn split screen. The other one that he's talking about is if you press and hold this, you actually get another vibration, and then I can actually make a split screen instance. And that's kind of what he's talking about. So Google, I know y'all probably not watching this, but if y'all are, please take notes. Feature is absolutely fire. Absolutely fire. We already figured all that out. The taskbar is one that I'm kind of iffy on. I do like having the persistent taskbar sometimes, but I don't mind Google's kind of swipe up. It's there when you need it, and then it disappears when you don't. Like, I don't necessarily mind that too much, but I know some people like the persistent taskbar. If that's your jam, Samsung has that, which is dope. Cover screen and inner screen. So pretty much what he's talking about here is just how your 2 screens interact with each other. So like and on the Pixel Fold, if you start off with something on the cover, I keep switching back to the face when I need to just keep it on the top down. So if I start off, I got the video here, I open it up, you see it continues, and if I close it, it also continues. On the Pixel Fold, it only continues if you're playing like a video app or something like that. But if you're, say, scrolling Twitter and you close it to go to the cover screen, it doesn't automatically show up on the cover screen. What I would really like is for them to still, not Samsung's implementation, but Oppo's implementation. When you close an Oppo foldable, you actually get a prompt on the always on display screen saying swipe up to continue the app. That's what I would prefer. So that way, if I want to just close it to lock the phone, I can do that. If I want to continue the app, I can just swipe up and continue it. So I kind of would like to have that option, but either way, Google needs to build in more of that cut from inner screen to cover screen functionality, because it works in one orientation, but it doesn't work going the opposite way, which is kind of weird. You want it to feel consistent. So yeah, but I am super behind. Let me catch up on some of these with y'all, man. Easy say, yeah, Fold 5 is gone. I kind of figured that. Hey, does the watch come with the Tom Brown Easy? I heard that the watch doesn't come with it. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Multitasking on the Fold 5 is excellent. Super easy. Love that app folder option is right there. Yeah, dude, if it wasn't for all the multitasking stuff, dude, I wouldn't choose the Fold 5. And I'm not saying I choose it over the Pixel Fold. I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't even care for Samsung Fold at all. It's the multitasking that always gets me, dog. It's the multitasking. That and Sound Assistant. Sound Assistant is underrated too. Super underrated, man. Johan said, I use full screen and split screen for YouTube, so I get that little bit of extra space. Yeah, I've tried to do it that way too, Johan. I forget the issue that I kind of keep running into with it. I'm gonna do it again tonight and then see if I run into the same issue, and then I'll hit you up. Maybe you know like a workaround for it. But the Z Fold can swipe back with multiple screens up like the Pixel and only reacts to the side app. Oh, I know what you're saying. You're saying like if I have two apps side by side and I hit the back button, I can still go back on, say, the left side, even though I swiped on the right side. Yeah, some people like that. Some people like it the Pixel Fold way, which is if the app is on the left side, I swipe on the left and it goes away. If I swipe on the right and I swipe right, it goes away. So it just depends on what you like. But that one is more subjective. Did Doodle write this article? I'm done. Hey, the popcorn man is here himself. What up, LB? I know LB can't wait to swipe that card for that USB-C iPhone. You better pick up some of them cases, LB. I ain't playing. I'm expecting a full review from Popcorn World headquarters, sir. I need that. Floating windows are dope. Yep, using it right now on the OnePlus 11. It's something that every other manufacturer has. So I don't understand why Google hasn't done it yet, man. I really don't. Hey, Evan, good night, man. Hope everything is good, bro. All right, bro. I will for sure, Johan. Appreciate you, dog. Because I know Johan is like, me and Johan be on the same wavelength with this multitasking stuff, yo. Don said, I've got several pairs on the sidebar. Yo, I got so, and this is one of the things I like about the whole different cover screen to inner screen too. For me, it kind of goes either way. It is what it is, but one of the things that I really like, so y'all see the 5 apps that I have down here. I got phone, Gmail, Chrome, messages, and Spotify. If I open it up, y'all see I have a couple of extra apps. Now, everything on this in this right folder, all of my split screen instances. All of my split screen instances are already in a folder tucked on my taskbar. So if I'm in one app and I'm like, let me go pull up YouTube and Twitter together, use that. I got my shortcut right there. And regardless of what I'm in, you see on the taskbar, it's always there. So I love having that, man. Love having that. You can also hide that taskbar on Samsung while using oh yeah, you got to touch and hold and then it goes away. Yeah. Sound Assistant is dope, dog. It is. I'm gonna splurge on a high luxury kit. Yo, I need a video, LB. I need a video, bro. Or pop up on somebody's live stream, but I need it. I need it, dog. I need it. Cause some of them cases was fire, man. That wood looking one was dope. Seriously. Like T need to pull some strings or some contacts, man. We need to see it. But let's see. This was the cover screen. We already talked about that. Cover screen mirroring, we talked about that. Um, where's the other one that he was talking about? I think this is more so where he's talking, yeah, he's talking about stretching apps out. I made a whole video on that. Y'all already know how I feel on it. Yes, stretching out apps looks better than the letterboxing that you get when you don't stretch out apps, but I want app developers to fix their apps. I'll compromise. And here's kind of my compromise, and I got to bring my face back on for this. So here's my compromise. Let's give it a year, right? Let's give it a year. Pixel Fold came out. So this is like Google's push into trying to get apps like really optimized for tablets and foldables, right? The Pixel tablet, Pixel Fold just came out this year. We give it a year, and if for whatever reason we still don't have all these apps optimized, okay, Google, now go ahead and give me the option. I'm not talking to you. That's chill. Now go ahead and give me the option, but let's try to see how many of these apps we can get optimized first. I already know a couple of the ones that I use every day, man, are already getting updates to support the Pixel Fold. So like I said, I'm not discounting stretching apps. When you got app developers who don't want to do right, it does come in handy. Chase Bank, I'm talking to you, because on the Pixel Fold, the Chase Bank app makes me want to fly to their headquarters and smack somebody, because it's not even like the bigger app size with the letterboxing. It's like a real narrow, like, I don't know what Chase is over there doing, but it makes me want to smack somebody, bro. It makes me want to smack somebody. So let's give them a year. If it still doesn't, then we can go ahead and stretch apps out. I'm willing to compromise. Next, he's talking about Flex Mode Panel, which Flex Mode Panel is kind of like Samsung's way to force apps to work in flex mode. So I'll kind of show that one here too. Let me find an app that doesn't support flex mode. We'll go into the Disney app. Why not? So we'll take it over to the Disney app. Yeah, this ain't gonna show anything crazy. All right, so this is the Disney app. If I fold it here, I get a little flex mode icon right there. I tap that button and it forces the app to go into flex mode. Now, if I have like video content, you'll get the video controls here, and then you get a couple of extra little side stuff, you know, side options there. And again, this is just Samsung forcing apps to work with their particular features. And I mean, the way that it works, you would never even really know that you were forcing anything. So the flex mode, I'm not gonna lie, I do like this. I do like this. I wouldn't care if Google forced their apps to work in flex mode like this, because this is really dope to force apps to work with it. You could bring in like a little trackpad, so if you want to say scroll your apps, you can kind of scroll your apps or whatever the case may be. But again, you know, pretty dope stuff there. And then he talks about, let's see, miscellaneous desktop support mode. If you use Samsung Dex, I get it. Pixel 8 Pro and 8 are supposed to have video out this year. I don't think we'll have like a whole desk or Dex type mode or anything like that, but yeah, we will get something. But Google's supposedly working on better desktop support in Android 14. Obviously, Pixel Fold's gonna probably miss out on that. We'll get it on Pixel Fold 2. Edge panels is another dope one that I would like to see Google steal as well. I mean, with the taskbar, it's kind of redundant, and I think he even calls that out here. Yeah, he even calls it out here. Like, it's kind of redundant since you get the taskbar, but it is dope to have some apps there. And then you could also take advantage of some other ones. Like, I have all of like the little smart select features. Like, if I wanted to copy, like, let's say, for example, I do a rectangle. Now I get a rectangle, I can copy any section of this, and then it'll take like a little screenshot. So I like that kind of stuff, man. Again, just Samsung having more time to polish their foldable experience, man. You got 5 years of software polish, and Pixel only has 1 year, so kind of expect it. This is something that should already be in Android by default. Double tap to turn the screen on and off. That should be there by default, Google. Y'all don't need a foldable for that. Stylus support, if you use a stylus, the S Pen, whatever, I totally get it. I am using the S Pen a little bit more because I'm starting to actually edit video on the Z Fold. The last, I'll say 3 or 4 videos that y'all have seen on the channel, edited on the Pixel Fold and the Z Fold 5. So have been getting some editing done. So I could see the reasoning for wanting stylus support for sure. One-handed mode, I don't really care. When I fold these foldables, I'm able to use both the Pixel Fold and the Z Fold with one hand. If I'm using it open, this is a two-handed experience. I am not expecting to use this with one hand. I'm just not. And these are some other features that Google should copy from other OEMs. So that was dope. So this is where Mr. Mobile and Ben Sen actually chimed in a bit. I tweeted about this feature and I swear this needs, this needs to be what Twitter looks like. You have one column for your timeline and one column for whatever post you click on. So and again, Urban Fire even said it here. Ike, you sound like a kid when it comes to multitasking. Bro. Oh, hold on. There we go. You sound like a kid when it comes to multitasking, because my brain works in multitasking. It literally just does, dude. And I'm not the only one. Johan is the same. We've talked about this in Twitter DMs about it. Like, my brain just works in multitasking. I multitask all day at work. I multitask when it comes to doing chores. Like, my brain works and multitask. Ask my wife. I'm always doing multiple things at one time. If I'm playing video games, like I was just playing Starfield last night. I was playing Starfield on one screen, had Spotify with some lo-fi music going on, and the live stream last night, Wired Wednesday, while playing Starfield. Like, my brain just works in multitasking. It just does. But this needs to be what Twitter looks like by default, like straight up. Like, I'm thinking of being able to, like, say, for example, I want to watch a video, put a video on this right side so the video plays, and then you can continue to scroll your timeline while you're keeping track of what's going on in the video. So it's like, bro, Twitter, why haven't y'all done this? Or X, whoever, Elon, y'all over there, people, why haven't y'all done this? And Honor's actually forcing this in the software. So Samsung, if y'all are listening, please let me get this, dog. Because I'm going to be real, this looks so much better than what we currently have, bro. It looks so much better than this. It looks so much better than this. Because, like, even this isn't terrible, because it is, like, a lot of wasted space still. Yo, shout out to Sabrina with the threes, dog, looking like the Stephen Curry of the WNBA. But if I could get this layout, man, on the Z Fold, oh, man, Samsung, please steal this. Please steal this, dog. Please steal this. So, Honor, shout out to y'all, man. Y'all already got probably the best hardware on any foldable. These are the type of features, man, that we need to see become standard, dog. Seriously. Samsung does kind of have something similar, but you can't do it with every app. You can only do it with some apps, which is kind of like the limitation. So that was the biggest thing. The other one is kind of whatever. Mr. Mobile mentioned being able to swipe down with two fingers to do multitasking. In all honesty, man, I could swipe up, I could swipe down, I could swipe here, I could swipe there. That doesn't bother me. It is what it is. But yeah, like I said, that's pretty much what I wanted to cover with this one in particular, man. So super dope. And then the last thing that we're going to touch on, he's like, give me more, please. Right? You people. What you mean, you people? Multitasking does make me happy, man. It does. It does. Yo, Jeff, I skipped over you, man. What's going on, man? Hope everything is good with you, homie. Blessings on your day, dude. Seriously, blessings on your day. But yeah, like I said, super dope, man. I just really hope that Google really takes notes of what other people are doing and really starts to build this stuff into Android natively, yo. Like, seriously. And then last but not least, before we go ahead and start wrapping it up, y'all already know, exclusive. Google did go ahead and drop a little teaser on the Pixel 8 and Pixel 8 Pro, which once these drop will be the second in my lineup of, I pulled it up to the camera like y'all can see my face, but down here, my second device in my lineup. And yeah, man, Pixel 8 Pro, Z Fold 5 is really what I'm leaning to this year in terms of like my daily phones that I carry with me everywhere. So Pixel 8 Pro, let me go and swap back to the face. So Pixel 8 Pro, let's just take a quick look at the video. I'm gonna go ahead and drop that in 1080p because we don't do that 360p around here. There is like a little cool little song going on with it too. Got me over here jamming. But man, it looks gorgeous, yo. It looks gorgeous. I'm really feeling it. That porcelain looks beautiful, man. It looks good. It looks good, yo. It looks good. So that's a little sneak peek, man. Now, I know everybody saw the whole simulator that leaked, right? And Google obviously took it down. However, Nest, I swear, if you activate one more time, I swear, irritate me. Now, the my one in the kitchen went off. I got one at my desk and one in the kitchen. So anyway, I know, right? 8 till 10:30. But yeah, we're getting close to wrapping it up either way. But cause now the missus is over here playing Fortnite waiting on me. But no, the simulator got taken down by Google, obviously. However, if you pulled up the tab and you did not refresh the tab, it stayed active. Well, guess who did that? Your boy. So let's go ahead and play around in the simulator, man. So little exclusive for those who hung out through the entire stream, man. I know as the stream goes on, it gets long. I start ranting and raving and people start tuning out, but a little treat, because you cannot do this anymore. You can't refresh the page or else it will not come back up. So like I said, and you can even see there's no option up here for Pixel 8 Pro anymore because they took it down. So here's the Pixel 8 Pro, man. First thing, I obviously want to take a look at them bezels. Nice uniform bezels with a flat display, no curves, which means we're going to be getting some dope screen protectors for this bad boy. All of the components are listed here too, man. So if there's anything that y'all want to take a look at in terms of the components, let me know. We got about, I'll say 10 more minutes or so before we wrap it up. So let me know if y'all want to see any particular components, but this is the sky blue. Right now, I would say I'm caught up. Honestly, man, all the colors look dope. Like the porcelain kind of looks gray here, but in the teaser, it looked more white. And if it's porcelain like the Pixel Fold, the porcelain looks really nice on the Pixel Fold. Like it looks really nice. So I don't know, man. I'm gonna be real. Like, you know, honestly, I'm a part of Team Pixel. I don't know if they're going to be sending out 8 Pros, 8s. I don't know if they're going to be sending out anything, you know, honestly. Pixel Folds, they did send out a couple. There was some dope creators, man, who did get some Pixel Folds from Team Pixel. But like I said, man, I'm cool with if they send something, whatever they send is dope. If they send an 8, I'm going to trade in my 6 Pro and probably grab an 8 Pro. I don't know what color to choose, man. The porcelain looks absolutely phenomenal, man. The licorice, which is that darker color. And I'm thinking that these are matte too. Like these are matte. They're not glossy, they're matte. So that's going to also elevate the design as well. So all of these, man, just look so good, man. Like my heart is leaning on black because there's something about a matte black phone that just looks dope. Plus the Z Fold is matte black as well. So it's like you kind of got to go matte black everything a little bit. I know MKBHD. Don't sue me, dog. Don't sue me. I know he kind of copyrighted that, but yo, these things are so gorgeous, man. It is a bit more rounded, so it's going to feel better in the hands. That's what she said. But yeah, here's that sky blue, man. Sky blue looks really good too. Like, honestly, all 3 of the colors for the Pro just look so good. Like, they just look so good, man. I wish I would have also grabbed a tab for the Pixel 8 because they have a few more colors for the 8 than the 8 Pro. But I wasn't thinking about it. So I didn't think that Google was going to take this down. So one of those things, man, I'm sorry, guys, but at least we got a chance to look at the 8 Pro. Let's see. Front-facing camera, top speaker, fingerprint sensor, bottom speaker power button. I know some people were saying that the SIM card tray was kind of going bye-byes. Obviously, SIM card tray is still there. So you can see SIM card tray is still there on the side, which is dope. No eSIM only in this, and I'm so happy about that. I hate eSIM only. Let's see. Anything else that's of interest? I think everything else for the most part is the same, in all honesty. So temperature sensor is something that's a little bit different up here too. So you do got your little temperature sensor down here. I don't know how much use that's gonna get from me. I mean, I got kids get sick, you know, going to school, nasty little kids, but I don't know. Oh, so it was only the 8 Pro. Okay, so I don't feel bad anymore. It was only the 8 Pro. Okay, cool. But yeah, man, just gonna do one last look at these colors, man, before we go ahead and start wrapping it up. Like I said, components are here, but it's honestly not nothing that, you know, we didn't already know from rumors and leaks and stuff like that. Honestly, it's probably why Google went ahead and threw out the little teaser, because they already know we already saw it because of their simulator, because this is directly from Google. So looking dope, man. Again, this is the sky blue. We got that porcelain. And we got that licorice, which licorice, the candy is pretty gross, but the colorway is absolute fire, man. So all three of these is dope. Team Pixel, if y'all are listening, I don't care what color you send, yo. I would just be happy for the opportunity. If it doesn't come, like I said, I'm trading in that 6 Pro that's sitting over there, and I will be grabbing the 8 Pro to go along with the Z Fold 5, man. But dope overall, man. Can't wait. We are officially in crazy smartphone season. We got the iPhone coming next week, Pixel later on. Xiaomi's about to do the 13T in November. They're talking about the 14 may come in December this year. So much dope tech coming out, man. It is insane. There's no way you could be bored. There's no way you cannot be enjoying this, even if you're not buying, just to be along for the craze and for the ride, man. So super dope. Let's go ahead and switch back on over to the face so we can sign out. But y'all already know. Your contract says 10:30, sir. I know. I'm about to take Material You off my Pixel for a minute. I honestly don't run like the Material stuff, just because, one, I don't like to have to use Shortcut. It's like Shortcut Maker, I think is what the app is called. If Delvon is here, he would know. But I think it's called Shortcut Maker, where you can like actually force it or whatever. But yeah, like I said, I don't feel like having to go through and set up everything for all the different apps, because not enough developers are actually supporting it. So kind of is what it is. We're waiting on Google to force developers to take advantage of it. But yo, A, he said hi. Oh, 5:18 a.m. Dude, God bless as well, man. Have a good night. Good grief, man. I'm getting ready to sign off here as well and go get my butt in the bed too. But let's go ahead and sign on out, man. Dope stream as always, party people. Savage, you late. Catch the replay, sir. Nah, I appreciate you for coming through, homie. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up, man. As always, appreciate y'all for coming through, showing love and support, especially on a Thursday night with football starting back up, man. We still had about the normal viewer count or whatever the case may be. So, excuse me. He said, know what the highlight above the Google symbol is. Let me see, LB. Hold on. He said the highlight above. Oh, this right here, NFC. It's the NFC chip for mobile payments and all of that. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and wrap it on up, party people. As always, thank y'all for the love and support and for watching. This is Ike's Tech Talk. I'll catch you all in the next live stream. Peace.